A quiet shift is happening in a Moscow laboratory, and some believe it could change the way we understand cancer itself. The world has watched cancer treatments evolve for decades, yet nothing has ignited this kind of cautious hope in years. That hope centers on a new experimental vaccine known as Enteromix, a treatment designed not to kill cancer from the outside, but to teach the body how to recognize its enemy from within. As the first human volunteers step forward, the scientific world feels a subtle tremor, as if something long expected is finally beginning to take shape. The idea behind Enteromix seems almost simple when whispered, but radical when studied closely. It merges mRNA engineering with viral vector design, creating a signal the immune system can actually see. For years, researchers described cancer's greatest weapon as its silence. Cancer cells often hide in plain sight, blending into healthy tissue, slipping past the immune system with a terrifying elegance. Enteromix attempts to break that silence by imprinting cancer markers onto the immune response. One theory suggests this imprinting could act like a biological memory, allowing T cells to pursue tumors with unprecedented precision. Laboratory teams say the earliest preclinical trials showed tumor shrinkage far beyond expectations. Some reports describe reductions over 60%, yet researchers debate how consistently these results could appear in people. The animal trials created momentum, but every scientist in the room knows the real test begins now. Human biology introduces layers of complexity no simulation can truly capture. You can almost feel the tension as researchers watch early volunteer responses, listening to every change in immune markers, studying every scan, searching each dataset for patterns that might reveal the vaccine's true potential. Still, the story grows stranger when you consider the global context. Cancer vaccines have been attempted before, with mixed outcomes that left the field divided. Some experts argue that a universal cancer vaccine may never exist, while others insist that iterative breakthroughs like this are the missing steps toward a new era. Enteromix sits at that crossroads. It is neither cure nor guarantee. It is something more delicate, a possibility, and possibility carries weight. You can sense it when scientists pause during interviews, choosing careful words, aware that hope can cut both ways. As the trials continue, the sensory hum of the laboratory becomes part of the narrative. Machines whisper. Monitors glow. Researchers pace with quiet footsteps as they study immune response curves. Each data point is a potential shift in the future of oncology. And beneath that surface, a philosophical echo begins to form. What if the body could become its own weapon? Not through artificial force, but through learned recognition? What if healing meant teaching the body to remember what threatens it? The public watches from the outside, drawn by stories of patients who have run out of options. Some hear the word vaccine and imagine a defensive shield. Others imagine something more daring, like rewriting the immune system's language. This contrast creates a subtle tension. It also forms the perfect space for questions that scientists still cannot fully answer. Could Enteromix replace certain treatments? Or will it become one more tool in a growing arsenal? Could it slow the most aggressive forms of cancer? Or would its impact be limited to specific genetic markers? These are the mysteries shaping the next phase of research. Around the 70% mark of these trials, internal teams begin focusing on long-term data, watching for durability. They need to see whether early responses hold. A micro cliffhanger settles over the project. Will these immune signals stabilize or fade? Will tumor markers stay suppressed or attempt a resurgence? Every answer leads to more questions, and that cycle becomes part of the unfolding story. As this chapter of scientific ambition deepens, one feeling rises above the rest. Wonder, not reckless optimism, but the quiet wonder that appears when science stands at the boundary of the unknown. Enteromix may redefine how we treat cancer, or it may become one more stepping stone on a much longer path. Yet the very existence of this trial reminds us that human innovation continues to reach for the impossible, even when the outcome remains clouded. And so we end here, at the edge of a breakthrough still forming, with unanswered questions pressing against the future. Could this vaccine be the moment cancer treatment turns a corner? Or will the real answer reveal something entirely unexpected? If you want to explore the next chapters of discoveries reshaping our world, dive into the next video in this series and subscribe so you never miss what comes next.